Hello, everyone. How are you feeling tonight? I feel pretty good. I had a good day today, except for the fact that it's very hot now. Yes, in a week it went from kind of cold to okay to very hot. How hot is it? Well, I'm not going to show you, but it's officially no pants weather. I'm not wearing pants anymore. Not around the house. I'll wear pants when I go outside, but not here. Not here in the homestead. Not here talking to you, friends. Because you know what? The camera can't see my legs. That's fine. You can just imagine my legs. You've seen legs before. My legs are like there's those legs. Really. Exactly like those legs. The legs you're picturing right now. Anyway, it was very, very hot, but thankfully it's not humid yet. So I managed to go to work and not sweat. I was just warm and just put the fan on. I'm fine. But yeah, today, obviously it's Sunday. It's May. It's the second Sunday in May. So you know what that means, right? It's Mother's Day. So I think today I'm going to talk about my mom. I know for a long time, I didn't feel like I knew my mom. Like growing up, almost all of my I feel like all my direct influences were from my dad, you know? Like my dad bought the Atari and we would play Atari together. He was the one who brought home a Commodore 64 because he thought I needed a computer. Never mind the fact that Commodore 64 had no software that was useful in any way. It was all just games. But he kept buying things. He would buy the VCR. He would tape movies off TV, and he'd tell me, "Oh, watch this movie, watch this movie, watch this movie." He loved skiing. He would take us to go skiing. So he was very active in my life. So I kind of like drew to him as like, oh, he's leading me on this course. But eventually, over time, I really had to think about it. Well, I mean, my mom, obviously she was there the entire time. Obviously she was supportive of me the entire time. And I was trying to think about what's the connection between me and my mom? Well, now that I'm an adult, I feel like the connections are a little bit clearer. For starters, she was a teacher, okay? She spent decades teaching kids in New York City schools. She took a break to have me and my sister, but she spent most of her working life as a teacher with, public school kids. And so far, my longest job to date has been teaching kids, And it's not that there's a one-to-one correlation there. She didn't tell me go to Japan and teach, but, of my two parents, one was a teacher, one was a lawyer, I kind of felt like one of those goals was reasonable and the other one was not. And I'll be honest, I spent a summer at my father's law firm. Didn't work out. But whenever I visited my mom at her schools, it was interesting. And I tried to help as best I could. So I think that's not a coincidence. I think I had a much more positive experience going to her workplace than my father's. At least as far as like helping goes. Obviously, when you're a kid, you go to a lawyer's office in New York City, everything's amazing. Everyone's got giant desks and giant offices and there's, candy everywhere. But when I went to visit my mom at her schools, I was a teenager. And, I was there like, obviously to look around, but also like kind of help out a little bit. Like, help her do this, help her carry things around. And, it was much more interesting than the law stuff, which I couldn't understand. And frankly, no one was frankly very eager to help me there either. They're like, "Oh, yeah, you're his kid. Okay, well, whatever." Everyone kind of shrugged. So yeah, these days I think I'm probably a lot closer to my mom than I ever imagined. Even though as a kid, superficially, it seemed like my dad was more active. I don't know if it's the case for everybody, but that's how it worked out for me. Anyway, I talked to my mom today. She's feeling good. She's very nice. She thanked me for calling her, but, ultimately I owe her so much more than one phone call can surmise. But that's today's video. I love you, Mom. I don't think you watch these, but in case you do. Anyway, good night, everybody. Think about a mom today. Maybe your mom. I love you.